Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the elect doing this work in sincerity and in truth. This lesson, I can't remember what I had originally wanted to title this lesson right now. It's somewhere in my notes, but it's basically going into Esau. You have a what's the word? It's going into sarcasm. You got the world right now, and it's getting ready to be taken away from you. But what was it? I had that Dumb and Dumber quote. It was like, "So you're telling me I have a chance?" As the Lord laid out in Jeremiah 31, I believe, that if you can measure the heavens, or if the sun and moon stop, then the Lord's mercy towards Israel will be no more. So, that's it. Like those ordinances are here forever. And then also into the end of the world, because we preach a lot about the end of the world. Well, that's the main topic. This is the end of the world. But people misunderstand that for being the world is going to blow up. All humanity is going to end. It's like, no, that's nonsense. It's just the end of an age, the end of one era into the next era, the end of wickedness and the beginning of righteousness. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. So the earth is going to be here forever. The earth is a monument, but this is going to be here forever. The earth is not going to be destroyed. Even though Esau is destroying the earth right now, he cannot completely blow up the earth. Even though he's killing plant life, he's killing himself, he's killing us, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The earth is going to be here forever. So this is let me get 2nd Ezra chapter 6. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 7. Then I answered, and this is Ezra when he was having a series of visions, and he's speaking to an angel, and he's breaking down to him what's going to be happening in the end times, which is the times that we're in. And the angel is telling him, like, look, who's going to be ruling is Esau. And just like how Jacob and Esau were born, Esau came out first, but Jacob was holding the heel of Esau when they were born, because they were fighting in the womb. And Jacob was like, nah, this he's holding on to him, like, nah, you ain't getting away from me. But like this time to come, the time that we're in, Jacob is grabbing Esau by the heel. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? So how you gonna, but even though this isn't exactly the point that I'm getting at, so let me keep going. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So the world is going to be here forever. It's not going to blow up, although there's going to be major explosions happening on the earth, but the earth is going to be here. The earth is going to go under a major how do you call it? A reformation. Uh, yeah, reformation. Let's just say that. But this is Esau's time to rule. His blessing was the fatness of the earth. Matter of fact, let me get that. That's let me get that. It's Genesis 27. And I'm going to start up a few verses because this is when Jacob supplanted Esau and he got the blessing from him, but it was written to happen that way. Isaac blessed Jacob because it was written that the elder shall serve the younger. So let me see where I'm going to start. This is I'll just start at verse 37. This is Genesis 27:37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, who? Jacob, who later became Israel. And he had 12 sons, which were known as the 12 tribes of Israel, which the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are descendants of. And we've been scattered all around the world. So we look like these other nations because we're dwelling amongst them, having children with them, having children with the women of these other nations. So what's going to happen? You're going to end up taking the form or the look of these other nations. But the spirit is Jacob. The spirit is Israel. The spirit is whatever tribe that you came from. So it says Genesis 27:37, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do unto thee now, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And and Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So, matter of fact, let's go there, because Esau is crying. But if you just read this, you would think like, oh my gosh, Jacob stole the blessing from him. How could he do that? That's terrible. That was his birthright. Oh my goodness. Oh my golly jeeper goobers. Jacob is a terrible person. No. Let's go to Genesis 25. Let's start at verse 29. This is Genesis 25:29. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore his name was called Edom. So Esau, Edom, they're synonymous. When you say Esau, it could be referring to the one person or the whole nation. When you say Edom, it could be referring to the person, or it could be referring to the whole nation. Just like when you say when we say refer to Jakes, or when you say Jacob, it's referring, to the whole nation or the person. Or when you say Israel, it's referring to the same thing. It's the person or the whole nation. Or even when you say Israel, when you read it later in like the Chronicles and whatnot, once the nation of Israel split into Judah and Israel, it's referring to the southern kingdoms and the northern tribes. So Judah will be the southern, Israel will be the northern tribes. But to keep it simple, it can be referring to the person or the nation. In verse 31, and Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? So the Lord had it to where Esau went out hunting. He didn't find nothing to eat. He's probably hungry, whatever. Lord probably put a spirit on him to be extra hungry, and you know, he had it to where like, man, I'm really gonna die, whatever, like that. So he sold Jacob his birthright, which comes into play later. What we see now with Esau getting ready to come be brought down when Yahushua returns with his army of angels to bring down Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and these other nations to bring them into subjection. Then it's gonna make sense. Like it's gonna make sense. Like, man, you sold your birthright. You are a freaking idiot. But this is how the Lord wrote it. The Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is theatrical. He loves the dramatics. This isn't just a plain, straightforward story. There's twists and turns and all this. It's a beautiful story, especially knowing that we're part of the Lord's story. So know that our lives are all interwoven in this. It's verse 33. And Jacob said, "Swear to me this day." And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. So Esau, being the firstborn, he's supposed to have this blessing, the blessing of the firstborn. He's supposed to inherit with all the blessings that Israel is getting. But that's not how it was written. That's how it would be normally. Like the firstborn is supposed to get the best things. But the Lord wrote it to where the elders shall serve the younger. So how's this got to play out? This is the beginning of it. He's got to sell his birthright and give it to Jacob. And being the snake weasel that Esau is, he's got to try to get it back. That's why he's doing all these things now today. He's trying to get that birthright back. In verse 34, then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So Esau hated that birthright. Let me get that word despised real quick. This is H959, bazah. It says to despise, disdain, contempt, to think, to scorn, like to be disgusted by it, to disregard or regard with contempt. Despicable, vile, worthless. He thought the birthright was worthless. It was worthless in his eyes. But let's go back to the previous verse. This is Genesis 27. And I'll start at, this is Genesis 27, I'll start at 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So he was crying in a previous verse. Let me go back, actually get that. Let's go to verse 36. This is Genesis 27 and 36. And he said, is he not rightly named Jacob? And that Jacob means to supplant, a supplanter. Let's look at that. Yaiquab. This is to supplant. Let's look up that word real quick. Nah, that's all right. So he took his place. But anyway, let's go back down. This is verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. So if you look at Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he's living in the best places, especially around here in Houston. He's living in the best places. They've got the fatness of the earth. They got the best food around, what is it? Me and a brother went to the this little market called Sprouts yesterday, and they had all kinds of stuff in there I'd never seen before. Like they selling what macadamia nuts and all kinds of health foods. What else did I get? I got some roasted pecans and chia seeds and whatnot, and all kinds of stuff that you can't find. I can't find that on my part of town. Like you live in high up, you got the fatness. You got all kinds of products, all kinds of health products, and all this kind of stuff. All kinds of herbs. Man, best I can find over here is some Cracker Jacks. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Oh, Slaki, I missed a part. This is Slaki, oops. Let me start back over. This is Genesis 27:39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. So you living good, you living high up, you getting blessing. And by the sword shalt thou live. And this is how you're going to get those blessings, by your sword. So everywhere Esau Edom goes, he's causing mayhem, destruction, just misery. But the sword also goes into his tongue, because he's also a diplomat. Not only does he use his sword, he uses that, the pen, his tongue, all these things. And this is how he's got the land. This is how he's caused destruction. This is how he's destroying the world. And shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And this is what's happened. The Esau's, when King David was ruling and Solomon was ruling, the Edomites were in subjection. But once this after their rulership ended, the Edomites, broke the yoke off the neck. They went their own way. Now they came back as the Grecians, like Alexander the Greek, and the Romans later. And now they're ruling again today, the revived Roman Empire. This is verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of his blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother. So this is what Esau is looking to do. In these days, Esau is looking to slay all of Israel. And he knows who we are, for the most part. The elites do. Regular, everyday Joe Schmo Edomites, they don't know shit. But they just feel something in their spirit. They have something, a deep hatred for us, but they don't, you can't expect them to know why. But those of us in the know, we know why. And we know why we don't like them neither. Back in the day, I used to wonder, like, why don't these people like me? I don't know why I even speak like that, but it's just, I don't know why these people don't like me. But now I got the answers. Matter of fact, I don't like you right back. And I got a reason for it. I can tell you. You're the wicked. But anyway, let's move on. Because this word, hated, this is H7852, shatam. It means to hate, oppose oneself, to bear a grudge, to retain animosity against, to cherish animosity. What's that word cherish mean? To hold dear, to feel or show affection. So they hold dear that animosity. But anyway, this is, how do you call it? This persecution. This is also what's mentioned in Daniel 7 when it's going into the fourth beast. How that fourth beast wore out the saints. How there's constant harassment, constant killing of us. This is that. This is that anger. This is a perpetual hatred. This has been going on for a long time. Like, look at the lynchings, the lynching postcards, the African Dodger, redlining, poisoning our foods, Rosewood, Black Wall Street, the Sundown Towns, the Drowned Towns, the Gator Bait. Did I mention the postcards? Still to this day, still hate. You go on any of these comment boards when they got some jakes on there doing some stupid shit. You know, and then coming in these days, this great persecution that's coming, Jacob's trouble that's coming. This is like gonna be the final, what do you call it, a coup de grace or what have you, like a final push. Like, when we finally gonna get them, we're gonna try to get rid of these Israelites so we can have the birthright. To try to get as many of us as we can, or as I can, to get rid of these Israelites, because I want the birthright back. But Esau, you were created to be destroyed. You weren't created for anything real. You weren't created to rule. You're not fit to rule. Let me get this real quick. This is Romans chapter 9 and 13. Oops. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. And this is in Malachi chapter 1. So the Lord always loved Jacob. He loved Israel. He loves us. And through Yahushua dying on the cross, it made it to where that we could return, because we were going off so bad that the Lord completely turned his back on us. But he sent his son as a mediator to bring us back, to have mercy on us. Because if not, like, we would be done for. We would be dead. Esau would succeed, but that's not how it's written. This is verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So, I mean, hey, the Lord's going to have mercy on us, but not so much for you, Esau. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout the earth. So this is why Esau has been raised up. So to show the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and that his name will be declared throughout the earth. Therefore he hath mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will he hardeneth. So Esau can't get this. Esau can't get mercy. It wasn't allotted to him. Thou wilt say unto me them, thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me dust? So why you can't reply anything to the Lord. Like, Esau just made wicked to be destroyed. And you have no saving factors. Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and the other unto dishonor? So Jacob was made for honor. He's a righteous vessel, made for honor. Esau, Edom, you are a wicked vessel. You're a dishonorable vessel. You're made to be destroyed. You're made, once your purpose is done, the Lord's going to get rid of you. What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, the wearing out of the saints, the blaspheming, putting himself as the Lord, as Yahushai, putting himself as the angels, saying there is no God, saying we don't need God, we can make it rain on our own, who needs him, blah blah blah, saying God loves abominations, destroying the earth, all this. But the Lord is suffering this so he can show his power. When Yahushua returns, oh man, it's going to be so glorious. People are going to be so terrified. Y'all are going to be getting zapped. Then ultimately, y'all are going to be getting zapped and nuked. Oh man, it's going to be beautiful. And wickedness is going to be put out forever. But these are in the times to come. These times are fast approaching. And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had prepared unto glory. So the Lord's elect, they've been written to be the elect from the beginning. Even us. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it from that. But let's go to Proverbs. Because you're fitted to be destroyed. This is Proverbs chapter 2 and 22. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. And the wicked, Esau, Edom, y'all are going to be rooted out. The wicked are going to be rooted out after they serve their captivity. 1,000 years in captivity, and then you're done for, because you're gonna be building out the kingdom. You're gonna be paying off everything that you've done to the Israelites, done to us, the Negroes, Latinos, and so-called Native Americans, and all the other Israelites that have been scattered all around the world. You have a lot to pay off, and I don't know how you're gonna do it, but the Lord's gonna put the Spirit on you to do it, and you're not gonna rise back up after 1,000 years and try to have a final battle. Like, nah, ain't no rising up gonna be in the kingdom. Ain't no rebellion is gonna be happening in the kingdom. So this is Job chapter 18. This is Job chapter 18, because Esau's not gonna have anyone left after he's done serving his captivity. This is Job 18 and 19. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. So there's not going to be anybody left. Let me get this other one. This is Obadiah chapter 1, which is only one chapter, but it's just a habit. It's Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. So these are both the tribes, both the 12 tribes reunited, and we're going to be a fire. And the house of Esau for stubble. You ever seen stubble or flax burning? Man, that stuff burns quick. It is no match against a fire. So in these days right now, we're getting worn out. We're suffering patiently, waiting for the Lord to return. Hey, Esau is wearing us out. That flax is wearing us out. That stubble is wearing us out. When Yahushua returns, hey, it's with that dude from Fantastic Four. I can't remember his name. The Flamer? No, that's not his name. But anyway, his catchphrase was like "flame on," So when Yahushua returns, it's flame on y'all, on Esau, Edom. and they shall kindle in them, and they shall devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it. So, hey, man, none of y'all gonna be left. Woo-wee. This is let me see here. I know I got it up here. This is Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 35. Because this is the Lord speaking sarcastically. You know, he's saying, like, if you can do this, I'll cast away Israel for you. I'll get rid of them. And who's next up to rule? It's Esau, Edom. I'll get rid of Jacob. If these things stop, I'll stop having mercy on Jacob if these things stop. So let me go ahead and read it. Jeremiah 31 and 35. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and the stars, and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. So that's not going to happen. Like, those things are going to be going on forever. The moon, they did try to blow up the moon. Was it back in the 50s? They tried to do that. They would like to put out the sun if they could. Shoot, they might be trying to do that with all this light pollution. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Nothing Esau Edom really does makes any sense. Nigga might try to make it cloudy all day, like that the Matrix movie, you know, how they blacked out the skies or whatever, because the robots were I think they were solar powered or whatever. That's in that Matrix, that anthology Matrix movie. They give you the history of how the Matrix started, and they tried to block out the sun so the robots couldn't do anything because they were solar powered. But I wouldn't be surprised that Esau Edom tries to do that, because us darker, like we get energy from the sun. We get it helps for our melanin. We get vitamin D from the sun. The sun charges us, but it doesn't really work like that for Esau Edom. All he gets is a sunburn and cancer. But anyway, this is back to this is Jeremiah 31 and 37. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, if heaven above can be measured, what is that? They try to do that to NASA and the different space programs, and every time they send a new thing out there, they're saying, we found a new planet, the universe seems to be expanding. We found all kinds of different galaxies and different things. Man, it's not looking good for you. And the foundations of the earth beneath, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath. And they've tried to do that too. They try to search out the depths of the ocean. They haven't even found like the deepest parts of the ocean. They found some deep parts, but they haven't found the deepest. They really haven't even scratched the surface. And the foundations of the earth searched out, I will also cast off the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yahweh. So if you can do those, if the sun and the moon and the stars stop working, if you can measure the heavens, if you can measure the deep, and you can't. And that's how I'm gonna end off with this here. This is sarcasm, a biting taunt or jibe, a satirical mark or expression. So this is a biting taunt. This is a painful, like, just, oh man, you so close, you're not gonna get it. Ooh, how does that feel? The essential thing about sarcasm is the cutting edge in these scriptures. These scriptures are a two-edged sword, cutting and dividing to the very. Oh man, let me get that real quick. It's like I can't remember it exactly. Spelling the stuff wrong. Uh, oh boy. Sharper. Lord willing, I'll find it. Oh, here it is. The water, Yahweh Shai. The water. This is Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart. So, hey, this word is sharper than any sword. Any sword that Esau can make, this word is sharper. This will cut straight through it. And this is that sarcasm, because these words, like, if you can measure the heavens, if you can do this, knowing that you can't, and that's what makes it that much better. It makes it that much funnier. It's like, go ahead and try. Go ahead and try. Go ahead and try. Because you ain't gonna. I mean, I'll just end it off with this because I like this clip. I thought this show was funny.
What are my chances? Not good. You mean not good like 1 out of 100? I'd say more like 1 out of 1,000,000. So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!